Attention, Municipal Court of Cliffside Park, New Jersey. This is a testimony of mine on behalf of my good friend and colleague Richard Guerrero and his lovely mother, Anne Marie, who has a Japanese surname because her husband was Japanese, who passed away a few years ago. Karashima. Anyway, Richard, and I'm here in court, or I want to send this to court, and this is my report, because I heard audio recordings that you sent me from November of 2023 until October of 2024, 4 different recordings, and I testified that I heard this lady, your next door neighbor, Norma, in Cliffside Park, scream, shout, and rant at Richard and his mother, Anne Marie. It was harsh and lewd. I heard the following, and please understand, this could be very graphic and hard to stomach for some of you, but it's necessary to get out. She said to Richard, "You fuck your mother's old ugly pussy. You suck your mother's old ugly smelly ass. You are old, ugly, no good white trash, fake actor. Your mother sucks your old, no good, skinny little cock. You are no good faggot. You suck dick for money." Oh. Yes, I heard all this. She also called Richie fat, ugly, monkey face, bald, worthless, and other horrible things. It's making me gag. She continued to spout out different things, such as Richard and his mother having incestuous, you know what I mean? Sexual relations with one another. I'll tell you, her voice sounded demented and demonic. After listening to a few minutes of each of these 4 recordings, I asked Richard to shut it off because I just could not stand it any longer. It was sickening. It's making me sick now, even talking about it. What she said and how she said it, it was inhumane, vulgar, profane, explicit, ungodly, and most debasing of the human spirit. I cannot comprehend how the mother of a son would say what she said to another mother of a son. I find it completely unfathomable that she could and even would think such things, let alone say them aloud in public in such a volume for all to hear. What kind of woman is she? Indecent. I have known Richard and his mother for nearly 30 years. He's a wonderful man. He's sweet, generous, kind, good-natured, and loving. I have great memories with him both personally and professionally. As for Norma, claiming that he's a racist against Filipinos, no way. I've dated a woman from the Philippines, and Richard and her friends got along great. I saw it firsthand, and he and a bunch of Filipino men and women did a cable access television show together in 2007. And they all loved Richard as he did them. In fact, He used to belong to a church when he lived in New York City that had a lot of Filipinos in its ministry, and they all loved him so much they got along like family. I told a few Filipino women I know about these incidences between Richard and this Norma and the things she hollered at him and his mother. And they were shocked and saddened. They could not believe what she said and did. They all agree that she's not only a total disgrace to her island people, but also a total disgrace to motherhood and to the human race as well. And I concur. I was a teacher in the Los Angeles Unified and New York City school systems for many years. And I never heard anything in all of that time like I heard in a few minutes from this Norma, and I thought I had heard it all. Richard showed me a copy of a 4-page peace offering letter he wrote to Norma and David, her husband, in November 2023, trying to patch things up between them. It was sincere and heartfelt, but I suppose they wanted nothing to do with it.
A little journey into insanity.
Too bad. I'm recovering from 2 knee replacement surgeries I had this past half year. Actually, I had one. I'm having one coming up right now. So by the time the court date comes, I'll have had the second one. So I can't be in court to testify for Richard and Anne Marie against this Norma and David, or else I would. Believe me, I would. I also heard David, Norma's husband, calling Richie's mother, Anne Marie, a hunchback and mocking her for being crippled and walking with a walker and oxygen. That is most disgusting. Richard states that David usually ignores them and that Norma is the main problem, but such things like he said to her are foul and have no place in our world. I heard David cursing at them a few times on the tapes, and in comparison to Norma, it was brief. But he yelled, "Fuck you," and "You're an asshole," and "You're a jerk," as they drove off in their car. What a gentleman. I hope this testimony helps Richard and his mother in their quest for grievance against these 2 people, Norma and David, who unfortunately happened to be his next door neighbor. I hesitate to use a cliche, but I can't hold back. Neighbors from hell!